ESPN Wilmington. I'm Randy Syke. Joining us online right now, the new head softball coach for UNCW. It is Coach Ashley Wade. Coach, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Randy. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing real well this morning. Not a bad day down here in the Port City. Welcome to town. We were talking off the air. You've been here in Wilmington for about a week. How bad has the humidity gotten to you down here?
Well, I do have curly hair, so it is even curlier now with the humidity. But and I think I sweat more yesterday in our first day of practice than I have in all of my years at NIU. So I'm all about it, though. I like the warm weather, so I'm happy to be here. You
say that now. As an Ohioan, I can tell you that you think you like it, and then it's going to rain one day, and you're going to think, oh, cool, it's going to cool off. And, in fact, it's going to be hotter outside somehow. So just be mentally prepared for that. Also, it doesn't – I will say that one thing real quick here, Coach, is – your heating bill is going to be extremely cheap living down here in Wilmington. I think I turned my heat on. I've been here about 4 years now, so I'm starting to get a little warm-blooded. I think I turn on the heat maybe once a year. So you're gonna love it down here when it's in the 40s in January.
Perfect. I'm saving money already. I appreciate that.
It's awesome.
And you said it's going to rain one day. It's rained back-to-back days here, so I think we're already past that.
Seriously, though, you're going to see people in February, they're going to be talking about how cold it is, and you're going to be like, this is fine. This isn't. You people have no idea what you're talking about. Coach, it's great to have you on the show here. You taken over a program here at UNCW, coming off their first berth to the playoffs, winning the CAA. Tremendous season. There's a lot of pressure for a first-time coach to come into a program that's been this successful with a lot of recent success.
It definitely is, but I like the pressure of it. And I think, obviously, we have a great group of players returning, and they had a tremendous season last year, like you said. So we're just looking to build off of that and make some minor adjustments because we know now that we have a target on our back. And I talked to them earlier in our team meeting and also during my interview process about how they were a little bit of the underdog last year, and people didn't really know what to expect from them and of them, so they kind of flew under the radar. No pun intended being Seahawks, but flew under the radar a little bit and then came out on top. But this year, they can't really fly under the radar anymore, and people are currently now strategizing for how to beat them. So we have to find ways to be better than they were last year and make a few adjustments, and obviously expecting to win another championship again this year.
Coach Wade, you were at NIU for a handful of years there, like 6 or 7. What was it maybe about this job and this group that made you go, this is the job for me, and this is where I'm going to take my first steps as a head coach, coaching a softball team?
Yeah, absolutely. I was at NIU for 7 years and loved my time there, and I'm very grateful for the people that I've met and the mentors that I've had there. And I've been ready to be a head coach for a while, and that's something that I explained to them during this process. It's just, for me, it was looking for the right fit in the right place. And then when I saw the UNCW opening, then I knew that that was the right place for me, just from so many different standpoints. I think from a university standpoint and athletics department standpoint, they have a lot of the same beliefs that I have as far as prioritizing academic success and community engagement and success on the field, obviously, as well, and professional development. But then from a team standpoint, being able to come in and be a part of the program and hopefully lead them to their second championship is obviously the goal, and just seemed like the right opportunity and the right time to make that jump from NIU to a new head coaching experience.
How was your time over there at Northern Illinois?
Cold. It's very cold. I saw negative numbers that I didn't know existed, but no, in all seriousness, my time there was great. I was fortunate to coach a lot of great student athletes, coached academic All-Americans, regular All-Americans. We broke a lot of school records during my time there and had a ton of success on the field. And then off the field, even this past season, my last season there, we were in the top 10 in GPA in the country. So awesome. Just doing a lot of really good things with the student athletes that were there, both on and off the field, and I really did enjoy my time there and the people that I had the chance to work with there.
Coach Ashley Wade, the new UNCW softball coach, on the line with us right now. Coach, you've got a team that has the hallmarks of the team. They had some outstanding pitching, and this was a really fast team. Love to run on the bases. Do you see that keeping that aggressive base running style, or do you have maybe some different ideas based on what your personnel is this season?
No, we are definitely looking to keep that going. So aggressive base running is something that's always been part of my coaching philosophy. So that's actually part of one of the draws to this program, was knowing that coming into it, they already have that mindset. Obviously, having 110 steals last year, they did phenomenal in that area. So being able to add my bits and pieces from a game sense standpoint to them to teach them and try to take some more bases and take advantage of other defensive mistakes and things like that. So no, we're definitely going to keep that going. The goal is to obviously beef up the offense a little bit and have a little bit more power throughout the lineup. But being able to manufacture runs on the offensive side and on the base running side is incredibly important, and it's something that we're definitely going to keep with, trying to give more run support for the pitching staff. And as you mentioned, we're returning a lot of great pitchers, and we're adding another pitcher that is very successful at the junior college level. So we're even stronger in the circle this year than we were last year. And it's just really exciting, and a lot of good things are going to be happening this year.
Coach, you've been an assistant for a while. You said you were ready to become a head coach. How would you maybe describe your style? What kind of leader do you think? I know I feel like I'm interviewing you now. You already have the job. You don't have to, but you know, for people trying to get to know you and learn about how you want to run that program and just kind of what kind of coach you are.
Absolutely. So for me, that comes down to the reason, or the question of why do I coach? And the reason that I coach is to develop these student athletes from a holistic approach and outlook, and to really develop them personally, professionally, as students and on the field. And so that way, when they graduate from UNC Wilmington, they go on to be successful in whatever career it is that they want to do. And it's my job as a coach to support that vision that they have for themselves and do whatever I can to help make that happen for them and to help kind of lead them in the right direction of being prepared when they leave UNC Wilmington. But from an on-the-field standpoint, kind of what we talked about before, of a blend of power and of speed, and then obviously great pitching and solid defense as well. So that's kind of my outlook from a coaching standpoint, of just really developing them from an all-around standpoint.
Coach, coming from the Midwest, coming from Northern Illinois, I would imagine that I don't know how much recruiting and how much of the area down here in North Carolina you were aware of up there. I'm sure a little bit, but there's a ton of great softball down here. There's a ton of athletes on your squad already from North Carolina. How much have you learned about the softball culture here in the state?
I've learned a lot from it. So, as you mentioned, coming from the Midwest, at NIU we recruited from all over, honestly. NIU didn't have any out-of-state tuition, so we didn't really have any limitations from that standpoint as far as recruiting and tuition. So that was beneficial, but we could never convince these Southern kids to come up to the Midwest. So wasn't the most successful in that endeavor. So now I'm excited to actually have like a foot in the door and being able to try to get them here from a weather and location standpoint. But yeah, so definitely familiar with a lot of the bigger programs within the state, just from recruiting in general, but excited to get to make new connections and learn other coaches and continue developing this program from a local recruiting standpoint.
Yeah, I imagine recruiting trips down here to Wilmington end up either at Wrightsville Beach or Carolina Beach at some point. Just, oh, hey, how do we end up here? Oh, anyway, oh, yeah, by the way, the ocean's, a 10-minute drive. If you're into this sort of thing, we have the ocean here. That's a nice recruiting tool, I'm sure.
It's going to be great. We haven't had our first recruit on campus yet, but we did plan our first recruit visit. So
nice.
I am looking forward to that. And obviously, I think the location sells itself. Obviously, it sold me when coming here, and I know that the location sells itself. And it's all about finding the right student athlete and the right fit. And I think, though, having the beach nearby, like you said, 10 minutes away, we might accidentally just drive by or have dinner on the beach and look, oh, look where we are. How scenic. So I'm definitely looking forward to selling that aspect of it. And it looks a lot different from the cornfields in Illinois.
Yeah, lakes aren't as fun when you go to the ocean all the time. As someone who went to Lake Erie a couple times, living in Ohio, yeah, it's a lot nicer down here. Coach Ashley Wade on the line with us right now. Coach, coming down here to UNCW, I've talked to other coaches, and they talk about, the family atmosphere with UNCW. How have the other coaches, have you had a chance to talk to them and kind of pick their brain on what it's like to be a coach down here at UNCW?
I've definitely felt a warm welcome. Obviously, I've only been here for a week, actually a little under a week at this point, but I've already talked to quite a few of the other head coaches that are on staff here and other members of the athletic department, and I can definitely get that sense of a family atmosphere. I had various head coaches reach out to me right after the official announcement was made and got my phone number and have talked back and forth with them. So it's been great, and from a welcoming standpoint, to be able to have them in my corner and know that they're there if I need to ask them anything. But I haven't, unfortunately, had the chance to really sit down with any of them yet. But I've met some of them in person and then have also talked to some of them over the phone as well. And it's just been a great first week, and everyone's been so nice and so friendly and very welcoming, and definitely can get the sense of the family atmosphere.
Coach Ashley Wade, last question here for you. You've lived here in Wilmington for like a week. Do you have any questions, or is there anything if you're confused by the way street names just change, that I've brought it up to the mayor before, and he said there's nothing we can do about it. So it is what it is as far as street names around here go. It's strange. But and it's Kerr or Carr, however you want to say it. Don't worry. Don't let people bully you either way on that. But do you have any questions about the Wilmington area that maybe the listeners or I could maybe help you with?
Well, like you said, I haven't been here that long. I haven't even seen the beach yet, which is problem number one, right?
Yeah.
But then I'm also heading down and getting to work, so it's a give and take. But I guess I'll take all your recommendations of places to go and things to do. And one of the players the other day was in my office and was asking me what kind of new hobbies I plan to adopt now being down here in Wilmington. I'm like, what are your suggestions? I'm all ears. So I'll take it all.
Well, I mean, how dare you not go to the beach and worry about your team and your job and all that kind of stuff? That's pretty, that's pretty rude that you're worried about getting ready for the next softball season, Coach. No, yeah.
I know. Sorry.
Highly recommend going to the beach, obviously. If I were you, I'm still working on it myself. Find a friend with a boat. Boat maintenance is expensive. So find somebody that you know that may have one. I'm sure Mike Vaccaro over there at the communications, Mike, I don't know if you know, he's an extremely rich fella. He has a huge boat. So definitely check with Mike Vaccaro. Maybe while Jimmy's still here, maybe he'll take you out on his boat. I'm sure he has a nice one as well. But yeah, definitely make friends with someone with a boat. That to me is priority number one. And in all reality though, walking around downtown is beautiful. Either one of the beaches, whatever you're into, we've got tons of different beaches here. And, Coach Wade, welcome to, Wilmington, and we hope you're here for a while and have a ton of successful seasons.
Thank you so much. And just to let you know, I have a boat. I just need a boat slip or a place to put it, so I'll take those suggestions too.
You have a boat?
Everybody's going to want to be my friend, is what you're saying, huh?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm gonna have Brandon give me your cell phone number, and we're gonna hang out. We'll go to Wrightsville Beach or whatever beach you want to go to.
All right, you can be the tour guide, and I'll provide the boat, and then we'll do the next radio show from the middle of the water.
Perfect. I like the way you think, Coach Wade. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. We'll see you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. We'll see you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. We'll see you.